Okay, so I'm trying something new. I think it's time for me to start to try dating again. So the thing is, I don't usually like date. What I do is I like go around in my life, and then typically a guy will make his interest known. and then and then it just like very quickly moves on. Like I don't casually date because I've never felt like it's like why bother, I don't like why waste my time if I'm not really seriously interested in a person. But what am I practicing right now? What am I learning? Which is to not jump into relationships, to not, get so invested in people so quickly. So, it's a little different for me, a little outside my comfort zone. So anyway, I downloaded like one of the thingies and this morning, and I started talking with someone, and old me would have immediately been like, oh my, look at we have, focusing on like, oh, look at this, we have so much in common, and look at this really great thing about him, and I'm super excited. I mean, I am those things, so I'm not gonna lie, but that's my natural personality. So I'm not, I'm not drinking the haterade on me anymore. Like, let's not do that. But, a lot of my early process in dating before now has always been, I really want to like get to know a person and deep dive and like let's talk about all, like your life experiences and the previous people you've dated and like what happened there, and like, no, that's not a thing I'm doing. When I think back to my very last not my very last, but to my last relationship, we spent so much time just talking and talking. And at first it was talking about like all the things that had happened like in our past relationships, or for me happening in my current situation. So I wasn't in a relationship with my child's father, but I was still dealing with like problems because of what was going on. So, and then as the relationship progressed, then we were just sitting there talking so much about our relationship, and it just and the beingness wasn't really there, and the doing wasn't really there. It was just this constant, almost therapizing. And already been to therapy, and I don't need to therapize with a new person. Let's just enjoy, our slice of life together in the moment. Let's have a good time. I'm gonna practice like letting a person unfold in front of me. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna turn my brain off. I'm still paying attention, but instead of being so focused, that also happened with my last person. I was so focused on him, and I wanted to like know all about him, and you know what? I'm not a professional, can't diagnose people, but narcissists really like that, when someone is like super focused on them and so interested in them and so positive about them, like eat that up with a spoon. So we're not gonna do that this time. Practicing just not jumping in emotionally, letting the person unfold instead of getting in and trying to find out information. Let's see, just having a good time, not constantly processing stuff, because I chihuahua, guys, that is so exhausting. Like as a relationship dynamic. Oh, I'm tired. I'm tired of that. I just want to be chilling with somebody, doing awesome things, having a great time. So let me see, where was it? I took a picture. Okay. He says in his profile, if you like sitting back, relaxing, and taking in a good book or movie, I'm your guy, blah, blah, blah videos, video games, movies, reading, says he's a big nerd, sports. I mean, we're going to have to talk about, do you like Star Trek? Which Harry Potter house would you be in? Who's your favorite author? I'm guessing it probably is going to be something like George R.R. Martin, which is fine. You know, I tried those. I tried Game of Thrones, and I want to say I made it 3 chapters in, and there was the scene with the brother and the sister, and they're in bed together, and then there's like a 10-year-old that gets like pushed off a roof or like shoved out a window or something. I forget, but I remember going, "I'm good, boop, done." I don't enjoy books where all the characters are reprehensible. That's not my jam. I didn't enjoy, what was the show? The meth show. Breaking Bad. I couldn't deal with Breaking Bad either. So many people were into it, and everyone hated the only not sucky character so deeply. It's like, y'all need to relax. Anyway, so instead of therapizing at each other, processing our pasts, deep diving into emotional wounds, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. First of all, I've been to therapy, been doing some healing, and so now I'm going to take the opportunity to take it slow so I can build new, better habits of how to date another person. I'm really excited to try this adventure. I will check in on how that's going. But yeah, I'm super into this person, but I gotta like, okay, I know I'm an excited, passionate person who likes to like go all in, but my life is exciting, my life is passionate, I'm all in on my life, so I don't need to be like super focused on what's happening here because my life is awesome. And so we're coming from that energy now. It's a very different vibe than before. Before, when I started dating my ex, I was in a bad situation. I was just getting back on my feet again, and I hadn't been out for something like 5 years. It was bananas. I basically had been staying at home, and I was in this like toxic environment, and I was trying to dig my way out. And so it was just I'm not entirely sure why. He wasn't in a good place either, but we clung to each other like a lifeline, and then that did not go well. So, different dynamic. My life's awesome. I'm having a great time. I have an amazing job with amazing bosses and amazing coworkers, and my kid's amazing, and like I've got an amazing relationship with my co-parent and my little apartment. You know, it's not fancy, but I love it. And I live super close to a little wooded area. Look, the point is that like I have so much amazingness in my life, even with the COVID stuff. So it's not needy. Not coming from a needy place. Not dating from a needy place. Now, actually, when I met my child's father, I wasn't dating from a needy place then either. And that relationship lasted, before things went off the rails when we had our kid. That was like 8 years of just solid goodness. So clearly that's a better strategy just in life. Anyway, hope this makes sense. Just wanted to pass it along for anybody who is like, what does it look like now to not date from a crazy, vulnerable, drowning kind of a place where you're hoping some person is going to be your lifeline to happiness. No. Done with therapy. Don't need to therapize with nobody. They're not my happiness. I'm my happiness. And okay, so I'm feeling pretty confident that I'm in a good spot, and we're gonna try to do some good practices that are a little bit against how I normally like to interact with people. We'll see. Anyway, hope this makes sense. Talk to you next time.